G'day everyone, hope everyone enjoyed the Saturday Footy. Cowboys may have blown out the Titans, but it was both Fermor that stole the show with 109 fantasy points. I was lucky enough to have him with my team. I bought him just before his 20 and 30 back-to-back, so I think I deserve one, but if any new owners got him this week, well done to you. My team's in a pretty good spot now, mainly thanks to both Fermor. Just want to talk about captaincy, really. Captaincy Roulette has not been kind to me this year. 7 out of the 8 weeks I've captained out of Haas, May and Cleary. I've captained one who came third. Last week I got May, who was the second best, but yeah, it's been terrible. I think my captaincy's averaged 52 this season, and obviously May's averaging 76, same as Haas, and Cleary's averaging 57. So yeah, it's just been absolutely shocking for me. I'd be in a much better position if I'd have stuck with Haas or May. At least I didn't have Haas in the first couple of weeks, but yeah, it's just been terrible. So I might have to just stick with May or Haas from now on until Origin, because yeah, it's just not been working out well for me. But yeah, didn't make any trades this week, obviously. So if I was to hold rank, I'd be pretty happy heading into the round. But looks like I might be increasing on that rank a little bit. I'm probably close to 1,000 if you expect a 70 from May, 55 from Hines, 50 from Horsburgh, and 35 from Tamale, probably sitting on about 995 there. So hopefully I can crack back-to-back thousands, but we'll have to see. We'll just jump into last night's results, fantasy stuff. And yeah, obviously both for him, 109. I think he was on 62 at halftime, but he was owed 2 tackle breaks and 30 metres from his try because that randomly got taken off. So he was on about 70 at halftime, which is unbelievable. And then, yeah, still got another 40 in the second half, crazy enough. He even had a try denied. He had a try save denied due to a knock-on from Cohen Hess. So he could have pumped out a 120. Only an 8-point try, so nothing to complain about. But, yeah, 48 tackles. He led the tackle count as well as a try assist, 2 try saves, and a turnover, which was in the try save. So that was a good play there. Jackson Purdue had just been robbed of a try as well, so I was a bit salty, but then Fermor got 9 points off the back of it, so it was pretty good there. The other guys who scored well aren't really of fantasy interest. Tommy Dearden, I'm sure a lot of people pick him up this week after an 82, but there's absolutely no need. Yeah, here we go. He's priced at 36. He's averaging 41. He'll come into the round priced at 41, 42 without beating his break even by 58. But he's only a 40-point score, 43, 38, 42. There's just no need to pick him up. I don't think too many will, but I expect to see him on the Who's Hot list with people just chasing points. So yeah, easy avoid there. Scotty Drinkwater, great. He's been decent, averaging 51. That's pretty sound. He's done that the last couple of years, but he doesn't play Origin. He has a bye in round 12. So he might be a pickup in going into round 15 and stuff if you need a winger fullback. But yeah, I'd be avoiding until at least his first bye is over in round 12 because he doesn't do much to help there. Robert Derby with a good score. Obviously scored that hat-trick thanks to the penalty try in the last 5 minutes, but he's not fantasy relevant. Can't expect too many 50-pluses from him. I think he's had some 20s, 30s in there in his short career, but yeah, just easy avoid even with his low break even. He doesn't really do much to you. He's priced at 21. I think he'll be priced at about 27, 28 after this round, but yeah, easy avoid. Jeremiah Nanai, I'm back in the starting side the last couple of weeks. He's been here and there. His minutes were better this week, but I would assume he'll play Origin still, even though he hasn't had the best season. If he isn't, he's probably going to be a decent grab, but he's probably going to be priced too high by the time we find out. So yeah, I'd be avoiding him for sure. Robson, consistent as always with a 70. 70 is obviously a bit higher than usual. Averaging 50. He's had a little bit of a down year, but yeah, he'll play Origin too, so no interest there. Same as Murray Taulongi, he'll play Origin. Johnny Bateman, his ownership's down to 1.9%, which is crazy. But yeah, he was a little bit higher owned to start the season, but obviously had that spider bite last week, and yeah, he hasn't set the world on fire either way. I had him in my team for a long time in the preseason, but just couldn't find a way in. I wanted Jacob Preston, so that worked out a lot better. Yeah, pretty standard performance from him. Tino, yeah, same thing, plays Origin as well. Brimson's come through with a few decent scores now. He's not picked up any extra kick meters even without Jaden Campbell, but Tommy Weaver, Troy Weaver, is it Tom Troy? Yeah, whatever. He picks up the bulk of those meters. So he's been pumping out a few decent scores, but it's probably time for him to go soon anyway. That break-even's starting to creep up again. But yeah, if you got him, it's up to you what you want to do with them. Jackson Purdue with a 43, not too bad. He was on 48. He lost a couple of tackle breaks and updates. A lot of people picked him up this week, and I sort of advised against it, even with that minus 10 break even, which is actually minus 13. Fantasy Pro has the more accurate break evens. So yeah, even though he scored 43, he'll have a low break even next week. But even if he pumps out a few back-to-back 40s, his break even's going to be higher than his average in a couple of weeks anyway. So it was a bit of a false low break even. Already priced at 35. He's probably going to average anywhere from 35 to 40, and he'll be priced at 38, 39 after this round. Yeah, he had a little bit of money in him, but I advise against him because you'd have to trade him out again eventually, and doesn't play round 12 obviously. So hopefully not too many picked up, but if you did, you'd be happy enough with a 43, assuming you played him. Heading on down, there's no one else really fantasy relevant in this game apart from Fafita, who a lot of people were looking to pick up last week. But then was meant to be out for a month with a hamstring injury and came back this week, which was weird enough, and pumped out 59 minutes, which is good, only for a 26. He looked pretty involved, but yeah, 26 won't cut the mustard there. And he'll probably play Origin as well, you'd think. So he had a really low break even, but that will start to climb over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, he sort of put a dent in anyone's plans to pick him up, especially this close to Origin, which is a bit disappointing. But shout out Brock Gray, who got a -6 with that 71 minute into his game. Shout out Brock. In the next game, the Panthers got stood up by the Eagles again. Looked like the comeback was on, especially when they got 10-14, I think. A Manly player in Essendon, but yeah, they just couldn't go on with it, and Manly were too good at the end. Not a ton of fantasy interest apart from the usual suspects in this one. Hamoli Olakwashu got a 78, which is good, but he'll play Origin as well. So it's really a theme of the Origin boys going well. But yeah, there's no need to pick him up. DCE got a 73, which is good as well. But yeah, 2 try assists, try save, and those kick meters are solid as always, 600. Getting into Jamie Humphries territory there. Jake Simpkin was electric. I'm sure he'll have a little bit of interest. Same as Jazz Tavanga. But yeah, Simpkin was all over the place. He got a couple of line breaks early and was just darting out of dummy half heaps, 100 meters game. But yeah, he doesn't have much data to. That's not how you spell Simpkin. He doesn't have much data to go off that would warrant picking him up. Obviously, he's going back to the starting hooker. We'll give him 50 plus minutes. Like average is 42, 40, 47, but that's with a couple of 80s. Yeah, like. He's going to be priced around 35-ish after this round. So, yeah, it's an awkward hooker position this year, obviously. We've touched on that a few times. But, yeah, I wouldn't be looking to pick him up. I'll talk about Jazz Tavanga a bit later. He's probably the one I'd be more interested in, but we'll have to wait and see what the role is with Jake Trebojevic back. Isaac Tungo back in the starting side, did well, 59. He's getting to a decent price where he could have interest here. He was really good a couple of years back. I think he averaged like 47 or something. But he hasn't been doing anything since then. Obviously averaging 30 this year. He averaged 37 last year. Yeah, it was 49 it was. So there was periods last year that I was interested in picking up, but his just form never sort of looked to be picking up too much where he warranted a trade in. It's a little bit like that this year. His price so low. If he can get back to those heights of a 49-point player, it's a little bit interesting. He does play around 12, so yeah, he is an interesting one. But yeah, the form just doesn't look like it's there. And obviously, going to the interchange bench last week is concerning. But yeah, who knows what happens there? I don't think I'll be looking to pick him up with so many centres this year. But yeah, he certainly wants to keep an eye on it. I don't mind him as a high risk, high reward play. But I have no interest personally. Ruben Garrick, he was really good. Got that early try, which has pumped up his scoring. He had a few different runs with a tackle break, and he was up to 5 or 6 after the game, and he was on 65, sorry. And then just went down to 2 tackle breaks and updates. So I don't know what was going on because I was watching the game. They all looked like they were fairly decent, like substandard tackle breaks. Some of them were 50-50, like 1 or 2. So I thought there was a chance he'd lose 1, but he lost 3 or 4, which is crazy. But 58 is still a really decent score anyway. He contained Jenkins well, which was good as a non-owner. Yeah, Cleary with a 52. Bang on his average, but obviously that is with a 5 due to injury. So yeah, he's been a little bit disappointing. Obviously, he got a 93 last week, and I captained him this week. Should have just stuck with Haas, but I just thought with the wet weather, the offloads would be packed away. I don't think I can do it to myself again next week. I'll probably just be sticking with a Haas or a May. He just wasn't. He was involved. He went for a lot of darts himself. Just couldn't break through. Only 2 tackle breaks. He definitely should have had another tackle break given. I was expecting that to come in updates, but it just never came. But yeah, 52. Not much else to say there. Yo with a 50 as well. He was a little bit disappointing. He was on 35 at halftime and then played 80 and still only got 50. This is a weird second half. Like the Panthers had the ball for the first 10, 15 minutes of the half, which obviously he wasn't getting too involved, like no tackles and stuff. And then we just sent him into the wall. It was a weird game. Can't complain with the 50. I don't think it's come out yet, but he was put on report, so I don't know if he'll be suspended. It looked pretty fine because I think Tommy Turbo was slipping. I'll see if there's any updates on NRL.com. I think it'll just be a fine, if anything. It doesn't look like anything's out yet. But honestly, if he was suspended even for a week, I'd probably be looking to get rid of him just with that Origin coming up. I'll need to sell one of May, Yo, or Haas, so that would make my decision pretty easy, even though I only picked him up 3 weeks ago. Nothing wrong with a 50 in that sort of game. Tommy Turbo came back last night, which was awesome. He looked pretty decent. He was grabbing the knee a couple of times and obviously got whacked in the face by Yo, but he was decent. It was good to have him back. Ethan Bullymore started this week. I was curious. He did start like in the final updates an hour before the game. I was curious to see what his role would be. Only played 39 minutes. He got a line break, which got like 10 points or so. 43. He's been really good this year, but it's not worth the pick up. It's an awkward price, even with his duel. Blaze Taulanga was decent. He's probably got that spot over Cole now, which is good. So I think Cole is an easy sell. Isaiah Papali'i, it's just not the same Isaiah that he used to be. Jazz Tavanga was the one I'm a little bit interested in. Don't think I'll pick him up. I'm pretty solid on getting Jaden Brayley or Jerome Hughes for Walsh, but he is coming off a 61 last week, then played 70 minutes at lock this week. Obviously, Jake Trbojevic has to come back, but if Jazz does keep that starting spot, he will have a little bit of interest to me. He had 6 missed tackles, which is an outlier, even though he has had it previously. He played 61 minutes at hooker last week. I think Jason, he came off the bench and then Jazz moved into the forwards. Another 70 minutes is really good. Obviously, if he cleans those negatives up, so he would average 40 or so. Price at 24, he'll probably be priced at about 27, 28 after this week. He doesn't have too much history. Playing over 40 minutes. Look, the missed tackles are down, which is good. Almost a point a minute. So I could consider him if he starts. Look at 52 and 57 minutes. I didn't realize he was this good, actually. 45 and 46. 49 minutes, so yeah. So I might actually look to pick him up. He's got that duel. It'll just be fully dependent on what his role is next week with Jake back. Certainly some interest to me. It's probably between him and Brayley because I can pick up a hooker soon because I can't just ride with Nano every week. Dylan Edwards, 36, nothing crazy. Don't think there's anyone else of interest. Tommy Jenkins with a 22. A lot of people picked him up a couple of weeks back. And he started off decent. But the last 3 weeks or so, I think he's been pretty bang average on that wing. He can't get the ball from the centre. Who's the centre again? Casey McLean, the ball is same as Bradman Best. It doesn't get past him, which as a non-Jenkins owner, I'm thankful for. But it'd be pretty annoying if you did have Jenkins. Look at that, only 14% owned at 75, 69 and 60% owned in the relevant ones there. Coming off of 28, 20, 22, it's probably time to sell. Didn't even hit his break even. A lot of people picked him up around after this 53. I know Fantasy Jane picked him up before that, which is good. So he's made a fair bit of coin since then. But if you picked him up recently, it's a bit annoying. And it's probably time to go. He'll probably be on the who's not list this week. Wrapping up my team, just hoping to hit 1,000 this week. And if I can hold rank, obviously a lot of people have loop options, so that will hurt my rank a little bit. But I've got Heinze, who only 8.3% have, so that should offset that a little bit. I don't have Stafford Toll, so if he can have a poor game, that would be awesome for me, but not for his owners. So yeah, hopefully hit 1,000 and maybe use one trade next week. And I'm in a really good position heading into the buys. So that rank should hopefully increase if I can get my captain right next week. See you guys. Hope you enjoyed.